So what's going on, guys? Rightbox here and welcome to some brand new F1 gameplay. Today we're going to be heading into the 2021 season mod Formula 1. So this mod, it's quite restricted in what it can do in terms of they can't change the names of the drivers, but they have added in some liveries. Most of them are fantasy liveries for now until the F1 liveries get revealed for 2021. But if we head in, there's a bit of a menu update, but heading in then, let's take a look at some of the cars then. So some slight tweaks to the Mercedes livery by the looks of it. Ever so slight. Again, most of them are fantasy ones, and again with the Ferrari, minor tweaks. Red Bull, I think they've just added in a few of Sergio's sponsors. McLaren's changed. So they've gotten rid of the blue. Obviously McLaren are going to be using Mercedes engines next year, so they've replaced that with silver and the AMG logo on the back. Alpine have obviously replaced Renault. In the top left you can see that it's still named as Renault, but that's because the way Cody's have made this game, you can't actually mod in name changes of drivers or teams. So we're actually going to be racing this brand new Alpine today. That's Fernando Alonso. And then the AlphaTauri, and the biggest change will be Aston Martin. So obviously the Racing Point rebranded to Aston Martin. Alfa Romeo, now that's very nice. Look at that livery. Obviously just a little testing livery or something. Haas, and then Williams, which I think this is similar livery to the one used at the end of the season. So we're going to get in Alpine today, and then we'll probably get into some Racing Point, maybe even the Alfa Romeo at some point. Okay, then we are sat in the cockpit of Fernando Alonso's Alpine for 2021. So we need to think of strategy, and we're going to be starting from the back of the grid. So we want to go for a bit of an undercut, really, so I'm going to slightly edit this strategy and go for 6 laps, see if we can get an undercut and jump our way up through the field that way. And we've got 15 laps, so I'm going to run just 1 extra lap of fuel and we'll see how we get on. So then lights are about to go out here on the grid for the Australian Grand Prix. Of course, this Grand Prix has actually been cancelled for the real life season. It will be starting at Bahrain. Fingers crossed they can get going in March. So that's disappointing news, but obviously it's for everyone's safety. So I thought, you know what, let's head in first race on this mod. Let's just give it a go at Australia, because we're not going to see any action from Australia. Well, I think it's postponed to later in the season for now, but you just don't know whether it will happen later on in the season. But anyway, open to P17. Tricky old start this race. It's quite a tight circuit, and as you can see, Alonso isn't modded into the game. I think there is a separate mod you can get which actually puts his face in the game and his helmet and stuff. Now I believe this mod does have like Carlos Sainz's face at Ferrari and his helmet and stuff, so, and presumably Ricciardo at McLaren as well, and then also Vettel and Perez all swapping around. There's lots and lots of driver changes. It's like the MotoGP, there's loads of rider changes for 2021. So it's good to finally get a mod which to some extent shows that. So I'm looking forward to when the car reveals happen and we get the real liveries and that sort of thing. So that'll be good. And hopefully the modder gets those added in pretty quickly. But we're all over the back of Giovinazzi, trying it around the outside of the penultimate corner. Lovely stuff. A little bit of a collision, but I don't think we made too much contact with him personally. But end of lap number 1, all the way up into P16, only getting about 4 positions right now, but trying it around the outside of the Haas. Plenty of room up the inside, but we just squeeze in and we're through. So let's see how we can get on. Got to try and get past Raikkonen and then fight our way up through the order a little bit. All over the back of Kimi right now. We got overtake mode open and we're just trying to find our way through, pushing him through the corner up into P14 there. Lovely stuff. This Alpine feeling fantastic. Hopefully it's going to be a competitive car in 2021. Let's see if we can get Albon, which will in fact be Perez. I was hoping to have DRS, but I don't think we were close enough. But on the brakes, look at that, bit of overtake mode. Job done. Well, Perez struggling there. It's going to take a bit of use to getting used to these new drivers in 2021. But our teammates next up, Ocon, Alonso versus Ocon. That could be an interesting situation. I mean, the pressure's on Alonso to have the pace early on. He's obviously had a few years out of F1, but you'd sort of expect him to get back up to pace pretty quick as I clip the back of our teammate there. Crossing the line then. We're right on the back of Ocon, but, you know, the DRS, everyone's got DRS in front of us, so it's hard to get the advantage. It's all about exit and everything, but we're a little bit too far back at the minute. Let's see if we can build up some battery, and then we'll go on the attack again. Oh. Ocon going slow through there. We make easy work of getting by Ocon. A little mistake from him. I don't really know what happened, but bit of a mistake. Let's take a replay then. You see, he just got a slow exit out of that corner. We just went clean round the outside, slot in front, and ahead of our teammate now, and got to push on now towards the top 10. Oh, here comes our teammate. Cheeky round the outside. He's obviously not happy that we're through. Oh, I've messed up that sector. Wow. We really did make a meal of that sector. I was just checking out the tyres.
We need to stay on form.
And who's this right behind us trying to get through? Raikkonen. So we really messed up that left-right section of corners. It's tricky to get the quick change of direction with the pad. Here we go, back up the inside of Perez in the Red Bull. There we go, that's better. So again, Ocon slow through these corners. We're pushing him and I'm losing the rear end. It's kicking out. And again, a couple of tenths back. We're just losing so much time sat fighting, trying to get into the top 10. Look at these guys going side by side. They're slowing each other up. We're through on the AlphaTauri, hopefully using that overtake mode just to help us along a little bit. Can we get on the inside of Ocon as well? Sick of being stuck behind him. There we go. Job done. Through on Ocon then. Another replay of that because that was a pretty close encounter. Getting the double overtake on our teammate as well. Up the inside. Lovely stuff. Taking plenty of sausage curb there. Alright, time to come in. Let's box. Get some brand new tyres on this. They're starting to fade away a little bit. And everyone else is coming in. I thought I was coming in early. I'm going to go on the mediums. The game tried to put me onto the hard tyres. Mediums go on in front. Come on. Yes, out in front of the Haas. But we've managed to catch up to the back of Kvyat. So that's good. Let's see if we can get by pretty quick. But everyone else probably going to pit on the next lap. So, teammates in the pits. We're coming around the final corner. Trailing Kvyat. We're just about going to pick up some DRS. So that's good. And here goes my teammate out of the pits. We want to stay ahead of him if possible. Yeah, way ahead of him. He's still got Perez and that Red Bull behind him. So, let's see if we can get Kvyat. I don't know where we're going to be able to get him. He's pretty strong on the pace right now, but Sainz is on the medium. But that's of course Ricciardo at McLaren. He's gone to the hard. Sorry, not the mediums. We're on the mediums. Ocon's out of the race. But then, what's happened to Ocon? He's out of the race, and after coming out of the pits, has he had an issue with tyres, wheel nuts, or just a mechanical failure by the looks of things? So then more people coming out of the pits. Here we go. An Aston Martin coming out of the pits. And it's Vettel, and he's howled Kvyat. He hasn't howled him on purpose, but it's just unfortunate with where he's come out. He's had to slow right down, the AlphaTauri has. And here's Sebastian Vettel. Oh, Alonso versus Vettel. Come on, side by side through here. Yes, come on, the grip from the Alpine. Let's take a look at that again. It'd be good to see the Aston Martin fantasy livery, of course. Up the inside we go. And then I thought Vettel was going to keep it up the inside, but he's just too hesitant. More people in the pits on lap number 9. They must have started on the mediums or something, but Daniel Ricciardo next in the McLaren. And he is how far ahead? 1.6 seconds. So, come on, let's see if we can close this gap down. Coming from P20 on the grid. I wonder where we can end up. Comes Vettel again in the racing, and the Aston Martin at the racing point. Just about fend him off on the brakes, but we're so wide there. finally broken into the DRS zone of Ricciardo ahead in that McLaren. It says science, but we know what goes on with his mod. Modding and F1 2020 don't get along. There's definitely Ricciardo's McLaren, and look at that on the brakes, too deep, but we managed to just about hit the apex, get a decent exit, and I'm just slowly trying to recharge my battery up. It's taking ages to recharge. Maybe we can do some at the end of this straight. Nah, I've decided to not do anything rash right now. P8 could be the top position we could get. I doubt we can close that gap to Vettel. But if we can get Sainz, sorry, not Sainz, Ricciardo. Come on. Which is confusing because my guy says he's Ricciardo, but in fact he's Alonso, I swear. Anyway, we're all glued to the back of Sainz. So I've done it again. Middle sector, we seem to lose a lot of time to the McLaren guy ahead. Don't know where we can get him, but we've got a pretty decent exit right now. I'm going to use this overtake button, and I will send it up the inside if I have to. Oh god, not able to do that. I've made a proper dog's meal of that corner. Giving it everything we've got. This has to be our opportunity. Outbrake him down here at the end of the DRS straight. This is where we got Sebastian Vettel in the Aston Martin. Squeeze to the inside, and there's nothing that they can do. And we're through. Whoa, too much curve there. Sliding out the rear end. I need to manage the fuel a bit. Look at that, 0.07 of a lap left. So let's just bring this lovely Alpine car back home. Lewis Hamilton takes the win. Then no changes, no surprises with that one. But we're gonna bring this Alpine. We're gonna bring it home for P8. Not bad. I'll take that from P20. 25% race. I really enjoyed that. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this race and want to see more gameplay from this mod. Let me know down below if you do. But for now, have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will catch you in the next one.